What is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. Alright, so before I begin, we are going to be doing the quest, The Heart of Darkness. As you can see, got a nice collection log from this quest, and I also killed one of the new bosses that came with this update, and of course we'll be working on loot from 1000 very shortly. But for today, once we have completed this quest, there we go, The Heart of Darkness completed. This will give me access to the temple, and once we have clicked the stone in the center, we will be sent down to none other than the Frost Naguas. Now, you guys may remember in Varlamore Part 1, they did release Sulfur Naguas, and the link to that video will be in the description below. Well, similar to the Sulfur Nagua, these require 48 Slayers, so it's a pretty low-level Slayer monster for such a high combat level of 104. Now, we'll get to the drop table in 1 second, but I firstly want to point out that you do not need prayer potions to kill these. Just like Sulfur Naguas, in this area, you have multiple spawns of moonlight moths. So if you are 85 Hunter, you can catch these moths barehanded, and this will replenish your prayer up to the fullest extent. So you don't need any prayer potions. I just went with Divine Super Combat potions and prayer gear so that my prayer would last longer. I would have to catch less moths, you know, so this would be more AFK. That's why I went with the Elite Black Armor. It is similar to Proselyte, and it just looks pretty cool in my opinion. So, you know, this was my setup, but you can bring anything here. During this video, you guys are going to see people using fire spells here, people using full DH, range. You can really bring anything you want if you're a main wanting to complete the collection log, or if you're a lower level, med level, and you have these as a Slayer task, you really don't have to fear. You shouldn't be taking too much damage. They do have one special attack that if you're fighting them for long enough, they will spawn ice underneath you. You just have to move one step away, and this will save your prayer points from being drained. Alright, well, there's another collection log drop, the Pendant. This is 1 in 100, and this is very important to unlock because this will make banking much faster. There is a teleport because of this pendant now being unlocked that is right outside the temple. So once we get a full inventory of drops, or we just need a bank for more supplies, we can just simply use this pendant to get back in no time. And you do charge it with frozen tears. 1 tear equals 1 teleport. So I've only unlocked, well, just 1 teleport for this video, and I'll show that in a little bit here. Haven't unlocked the other ones yet, but it's very easy to do. You just simply click on the temple to wherever they are located at. Yeah, I'm still learning about this update because a lot came with it, so at least we're going to get a lot of videos from it. But here is 100 base kills of the Frosts. Not the greatest loot, 210k, but hey, at least they have hard clue scrolls, and it's a pretty comfortable location to juggle, so we're just going to keep dropping them, and we will do them all at the end of the video, as usual. As you can see, we're getting a lot of pendant drops now. You really only need 1, maybe 2, but just for the sake of the loot, I'll be picking them all up. And it was at this point in the video that I realized that moonlight moths were around this area, so I kind of laughed at myself for using prayer potions, but hey, we all make mistakes, that's okay. That's why I like to point these things out to you guys in the very beginning. Pretty similar drop table to the other Sulfur Naguas out there. We have a lot of stackable drops, and a pretty strange one there, 24 jugs of water, but I guess it makes sense since they are frost related. There's 180 million strength XP. Well, we are a couple hundred kills into the video so far. Where's our rare drop? There it is, the Glacial Timotli. I think that's how you pronounce it. If not, what can I say? But yeah, that's basically the best thing you can get here. Now, this was recorded on day 1, and they were at 300k. It's a 55 attack weapon, and as you can see, when you use it on the Naguas, it is pretty effective. But I'm just going to stick with my rapier for now because, you know, I spent a lot of money on this rapier compared to these nunchucks. Alright, so I finally banked. We added 10 tears to one of my amulets, so I'm going to go ahead and rub it, and let's see. Okay, so I have nothing unlocked, so we have to go touch this here. There we go, and we activated the statue. Now we can teleport to it. This is the Twilight Temple teleport, and this should make it much faster to get back and forth, so that's awesome. Make sure you unlock that right away. Save yourself a little bit of hassle when it comes to banking. Now, this being such a low-level monster, you're probably not going to need to bank much. I mean, all of these moonlight moths around this area, that covers your prayer point rejuvenation. Knowing me, I'm sure there's something else around this area that I didn't take advantage of, right? You know, I feel like I always miss something, but either way, the Divine Super Combat potions and the fact that I was able to pray Piety the whole entire video without having to worry about the cost of prayer points made this really enjoyable, and I just love using the gear choice that I went with just so that I didn't have to click on the moths constantly, you know, to get my prayer points back. Yeah, these frosts also drop 1 sip of prayer, so that's nice. You can either keep it or use it and, you know, not have to click a moth, but you always get that hunter XP, so I like that as a perk here. Now, looking at the drops, you can tell that a lot of them are stackable. We have a lot of noted ore, soft clay, water orbs, as well as a lot of bone shards, which is a nice little perk to this Varlamore update that a lot of these monsters drop. It does help lower levels get their prayer up in a more convenient way. I might end up making a video about them one day. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I did manage to get another, what do you call this, nunchuck drop, another weapon drop, if you will, and you know, that again is the best drop you can get from these Naguas. I'm still stacking up those pendants, and you know, I did bring a gem bag, but probably not worth it to bring it here. Didn't really get too many gems. No herbs from these monsters. Clues, I would guess, are about 1 in 250. I would imagine, but the drop rate doesn't show yet on the wiki. I did bring alkables in the rune pouch just because they do have this rune mace drop, so, you know, that's always nice. But overall, pretty decent monster. I mean, when you look at Slayer, and when you look at the development of it over the last couple of years, with especially lower level Slayer monsters being added into the game and introduced into the game, this really makes it better for lower levels to get on that 99 Slayer grind, even that 72 Slayer grind, right? I mean, this is much better than killing something like a crocodile in the desert and receiving absolutely nothing, or perhaps a dog in McGrubber's Wood. You know, these are real tangible Slayer monsters. I could smell these Slayer monsters. I could feel their drops, and I absolutely love covering them. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we've killed 1,000 of them. You know, it wasn't my Slayer task, but for those out there who are going to be on Slayer task, this is what the drops are going to be like for you. All right, here we go. We got a lot of ore. That's pretty decent. Over 1,600 gold ore. Decent runes as well. Almost 1,000 nature, death, 2k chaos. We managed to get 233k GP and 2 weapon drops. So about 2.2 mil overall, plus 6 hard clue scrolls. How long did this take to do, Mr. No Sleep? I don't know, like 4.5 hours, I'd say. It's not as fast as I thought it would be. Yeah, you can't bring a cannon here, so... Oh, I should have said that in the beginning of the video. But yeah, can't bring one, and that would have sped it up. But overall, probably like 250 kills an hour. Sold all the loot for about 2.1 mil. We're left with 900 blessed bone shards, and overall, we're going to go ahead and do these 6 hard clues. We're going to obtain the caskets and then open them up, and that'll just be extra icing on top of this delicious new cake. What do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments section below. I saw some people not like it, some people don't care, some people like it, so which group are you in? All right, let's go ahead and open up these caskets. 1449, 140k. All right, 400k so far, not bad. And there's a nice 600k pirate hat. Wow, and a master clue as well. We'll take that. Okay, not bad. Not a bad opening. Go ahead and price check all of this. About 1.4 mil, so that's pretty decent. All right, we got our master clue. Let's go ahead and do our easy clue as well, because why not? Opening up the master, I got 3 cabbages, which is not okay. What's the drop rate on that? That is 1 and 13,000. Could have been gilded. Could have been 20 mil. But instead it's 3 cabbages. All right, well, we're going to eat these nasty cabbages, and then we're going to open up our easy clue scroll to find another master. All right, you know, they messed with me at first with the cabbages. Now they're going to give me the good reward. Now we're going to see who the real Batman is. All right, opening up the master, 265k. That's almost 400 master clues of nothing. But that's okay, because we're going to get Third Age one day, and that will be a day to remember. This used to be a good band, right? Good songs back in the day. All right, anyway, here's the Rude Light Loot Tracker. You know, I feel like the longer these videos go on, the more I just kind of ramble. You know, the more I just kind of start talking to you guys. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but either way, just if you missed it on my last upload, I did get the thieving pet. This was huge for me. First skilling pet in many, many years. I've also been working on a side project related to PvP. I feel like the Dragon Dagger has gone years being unnoticed, so here's a little preview of what's to come in the future. With that, I'm going to be doing a lot of PKing with the Dragon Dagger. And I also recognize that there are 2 new bosses that have come with Varlamore Part 2, so I will be covering 1,000 of both of them. I do recognize that one of those bosses, the one they call Huey, H-U-E-Y, I just call it Huey Magoo, you know, chicken tender, whatever. And so I'm going to be doing loot from 1,000 of him, probably in the future. I would not expect to see that on your radar anytime soon. But besides that, I will be focusing on the secondary boss. It's a very low-level boss. The drop table is awful, so I'm going to give them a few days to see if they update that. But other than that, I'll put a picture of the boss I'm talking about on screen. I just can't think of the name. You know, the names they came out with this update, you know what I mean? I already have a problem pronunciating things, but this is just a joke at this point. Going on with all these names. But what am I even saying? So yeah, that's it for now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. As you can see, the PK needs a little improvement, but we're getting there, right? We're getting there. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. And a huge thank you to the YouTube channel members with a special shout out to DeceptionZ, xXzoticx, and yeah, thank you, gentlemen. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep, out.